Good morning, everyone. This is Joanna. I'm here in response to everything that's going on to offer a yoga practice that you can access at home. We're all feeling, obviously, the impact of not being able to get together as a community and not able to do the things that we love that keep us healthy, well, and connected. So this is a video that you can access whenever you are able and wherever you are. All you need for a home practice is a mat and a space where you can move comfortably. What will be different in this experience is that because it's video, you might be inclined to look at it frequently, but I would encourage you instead, like you do in your yoga studio, to really listen to the cues that I'm giving so that the body follows and trust your hearing, that sense to move based on what indeed you're hearing, rather than looking up at the camera. Or the video really serves just to be a backup if you get lost or someone's new to yoga or you really need a demonstration. I'll be doing the practice as I'm teaching it, where I usually am responding to what's going on in the class and working directly with students. So that will be slightly different, but you'll still follow your hearing, move based on what you're hearing, move based on your breath and sensation and presence. And let's begin. So we'll begin at the front of our mats. You'll step forward into Tadasana, mountain pose. So for a couple breaths, let's just stand tall, feeling the earth beneath us. Big breath in, big breath out. And then do that again, big breath in, big breath out. Let yourself just begin to drop into this idea of being here for the next 60 minutes for your practice. Even in a new environment, a new experience, the breath anchoring us. Full inhale, full exhale. Okay, take the feet a little wider and then open the arms wide, sweep them overhead. Let them maybe touch once they meet overhead, but let the body continue to lengthen. Root down through the heels, full breath in. And let it go. Do that again, feel the chest lift, the sides of the body lengthen with the breath. And send it out through the heels as you exhale. We'll take one more breath, lengthening. And then on an exhale, bend the knees, pull your seat back, ragdoll forward fold, but take your time getting there. As you drop your chest towards your thighs, head is heavy, feet get a little wider. In the morning, we tend to be stiff. We've not moved, especially for a class this early. So we want to walk up the feet, bend one knee, then the other, maybe shake the head out. And then again, the breath, full inhale, full exhale. We'll stay in ragdoll forward fold for about 5 breaths. Some options are to take your opposite hand to opposite elbow, let that drop the shoulders forward. If you're feeling really open, you could also sweep the arms behind you, interlace the knuckles, and draw the knuckles up towards the ceiling, opening the chest. Full breath in, full breath out. Whatever shape you're taking, do find this visualization or imagine that I came over and I put my hand on your lower back. That would signal the lower back to release. Kicking the middle back, the upper back forward as well, the shoulders, the head heavy, really embodying this idea of a ragdoll, letting the torso go. And you'll notice as you do hinge at the hips, on an exhale, the belly gets a little stronger. That allows you to lift your tail, to broaden your seat, to hinge even deeper. Sort of first experience with doing something in the body and feeling it somewhere else. Full breath in. Full breath out. Take one more big breath in, straightening the legs perhaps a little bit more, head heavy. And then exhale, let's let the hands come down to the mat for tabletop. So tabletop, also known as all fours. The shoulders land over the wrists, the hips over the knees. And before we begin to move, actively press down through the hands. So notice if I don't, my shoulders, my chest dips. If I press down through the hands and lengthen the arms, I get nice and long. And then I can feel as though I'm widening the mat beneath me, as if I could press it and widen it side to side. Full breath in, full breath out. Now let's move through a cat and cow variation. So you'll drop your belly, you'll inhale the chest forward. And then on the exhale, you'll move from the core as you round the spine, cat. Drop your head, shoulder blades lift, creating space. And do that again. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, take it back. Rounding into cat. A few more like that, and with these more simple, grounded movements close to the earth, see if you can follow your breath. So, as you begin to inhale, it initiates your movement into cat, and you get the full expression at the top of the breath. And then as you begin to exhale, it initiates that rounding into cat, and you get the full expression at the bottom of the exhale. Thighs squeezing towards each other. Any additional movements as you move through a couple more rounds, that may be the hips swinging side to side. It could be the hips coming all the way back and hovering over the heels, like a modified child's pose with the spine rounding. But it's so important to prepare the spine, our spiritual staff or prana flows for our practice. All right, coming back to neutral. So set up your neutral tabletop and kick your right leg back behind you. Left arm reaches towards the front of the room. And really root down through the right hand to press yourself away from the earth. You'll inhale, lengthen, and then we're going to exhale, crunch. Let's do that again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. This time, lengthen the right leg. Bring the left hand down so both hands are on the mat. We're going to open it up for a supported half moon. So the right leg stays lifted, the chest opens towards the right side of the room, right arm lifts towards the sky. And then you'll notice you might be shifting weight back towards your lifted leg. Shift it slightly forward so the shoulder lands over the wrist. Full breath in, full breath out. Take one more big breath in, and then everything comes back down to the mat. Child's pose, take your knees wide, sink your seat back towards your heels, and rest your forehead on the mat. Breath in, breath out. And in child's pose, we're close to the earth, we're supported. The hips may feel tight, but you can traditional child's pose, the arms reach forward, the hips back, but you can always take the knees a little closer together to modify for the back. You can make this a very active pose when the arms reach forward. If the elbows are dropping, that's a little softer. If the elbows are lifting, the arms are really engaging. And then the forehead is on the mat. It might rock a little side to side, but do feel the breath in this shape. Feel the back body, that curve of the back, the spine in child's pose. Full breath in, full breath out. Know you can find this pose whenever you need to through practice or anything else that serves to ground, to let you come back to the breath. Take one more big full inhale and then let it go. Press up to tabletop from child's pose. And from here, we'll kick now the left leg back, right arm forward. Left leg hovers. Full breath in. Exhale, crunch. Deep inhale. Exhale, crunch. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Lengthen out your left leg. Right hand comes down to the earth. Now it's half moon on this side. Supported. So back foot presses, like you could stamp a footprint on the back wall. Left arm reaches. And every time you breathe in, the spine lengthens. Every time you breathe out, think about tucking your tail under to lengthen out the lower back. Full inhale. And then exhale, hands to the mat, release. Let's find downward facing dog. So tuck your toes, lift your seat. I'll meet you there in one moment. Inverted V shape, downward facing dog. The hands are hips width distance. The hands are shoulder width distance. The feet are hips width distance. In an effort to create space so we can begin to feel strength through the legs, openness through the back body, strength through the pecs and the arms and the openness as well. Big breath in, big breath out. And in downward facing dog, see your feet. Notice the wrinkles in your ankles. We want that flexion at the ankles to intentionally drop the heels back towards the earth. Full inhale, full exhale. Now rise up onto all 10 tippy toes and a breath in. Lift your heels and then drop the heels back down. Do that a couple more times, stretching your toes, the soles of the feet, just warming up the body before we begin to move more, so we can do so safely. And then in downward facing dog, you'll begin to walk the feet a little closer together towards the center of your mat. You'll take your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. In fact, take it a little higher, bend your knee, open up your hip. Bring your attention to your right shoulder, square it back down in line with the left. Full breath in, roll your ankle, full breath out. Lengthen out your right leg, square your hips, knee to nose, come forward, find that cat round. And from this cat, you'll take your right knee, you'll slide it down to meet your right elbow, and then up to your right wrist, up to your right elbow, across to your left elbow, down to your left wrist, back up, and take that same path to get back down to the right wrist, up to meet your nose, and you'll step it forward, low lunge. Back leg is extended. Hands can come to blocks or fingertips. And you'll take a full breath in to lengthen. You'll take the left hand down, right arm high, simple twist. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Take another full breath in. Drop your back knee down. Sweep the arms overhead, supported lunge. With the back knee down, the hips can begin to open and glide forward into flexibility, but we pull back by squeezing the thighs together, lengthening the lower back, chest opens, full inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, find high plank. So step the right foot back to meet the left. First high plank of the morning. And I'm gonna drop to the knees, but you stay in high plank. Because this is an adaptation for sure, teaching, practicing the entire time. So I'm gonna catch my breath, but you've got 3 breaths in high plank with the thighs hugging towards each other like you're holding something between them. Heels pressing back so you can find the balls of the feet. Full breath in, full breath out. Check in with the neck. If you're lifting the head, instead draw the crown of the head directly forward. Puff up the upper back so you're not dipping. Take another full breath in, and then we'll find low plank. You'll bend the elbows, drop, don't drop actually, hover over the earth, full breath in, press back up to high plank, and then downward facing dog. Full inhale, and let it go. All right, we'll start with the feet together again, left leg to the sky. And then from here, you'll bend and open the left knee, pointing it towards the ceiling. Give the ankle a little love, a little roll side to side. Left shoulder squares down to meet the right to support the weight of the posture. Full breath in, full breath out. Now the left leg extends on breath, knee to nose come forward. And we're gonna begin by taking the left knee down to the left wrist. And then we'll lift it up to the left elbow. We'll take it across to the right. down to the right wrist, and then we'll come back up, right elbow, left wrist where we began, up to the nose, and then we'll step it forward, low lunge. And you'll set that up as you did on the other side, opening the chest. Take another breath in, right hand down, left arm high for a twist. Big breath in, press down through the right hand to open. And then hands to the earth, drop your back knee. Sweep the arms overhead. Here's the low lunge on this side. And right away we know we're pressing down through the left foot. Even as we glide the hips forward, the front foot is giving us that traction, that leverage to pull the hips slightly back so the tail can tuck under. It's a common theme to lower the lengthen the lower back is to drop the tail, to engage the belly. Full breath in. Hands to the mat, find high plank. And we'll do the same thing, but this time only for 3 breaths, holding high plank. Full breath in. Big breath out. Take another big breath in. Bend the elbows, lower to low plank. Press back up to high plank and downward facing dog. Breath in and side away. Shake the head out. Nowhere to be but right in this down dog, even just for a few moments. How can you settle in no matter what the expiration date is, no matter what we're going to do next, but being fully present. Breath in and let it go. Okay, let's bend the knees a lot and pull your seat back. So this is particularly useful if you're someone that hops to the front of your mat, but either way to get space to engage the core so you can step, or hop front of your mat. And once you arrive front of your mat, inhale, find a flat back. So hands can either be to shins or they can be on the earth as long as the spine stays nice and long, that there's length there in breath. And exhale, forward fold. Try that again. Long spine, hands to shins, feet press the earth away. That allows the chest and the sternum to emerge, shoulder blades together. Full breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do one more inhale. Such a crucial stop in our flow, this flat spine, belly engaging to lengthen things out. Forward fold. Drop the head, take another full breath in. Let it go. Okay, come all the way to standing. Press down through the heels. Watch the legs engage, the thighs draw up. Tail drops. Belly engaged. Core lifts. The torso. Full breath in, sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's begin our practice as we always do with 3 ohms. Full inhale. Feet underneath you, the calm inside of you. Breath in, breath out. And then on an inhale, sweep the arms wide and high. On an exhale, forward fold, press the seat back. Inhale, hands to shins. We'll begin to move a little quicker. Hands to the mat, high plank. Move through your low plank. Find your back bend, either your upward facing dog or your baby cobra. And then on an exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Stay in down dog. Breath out. Just like that, breathing in and breathing out. Now we'll move through 3 rounds of Sun A. You'll lift to tippy toes, you'll bend your knees, pull your seat back, and then you'll exhale front of your mat. Lengthening as you lift, exhaling as you fold. Sweep to standing on the breath in, and then dive it forward, release. Inhale, hands to shins, hands to the mat, chaturanga, high to low plank. So keep the elbows wrapping back, emerging through your arms, upward facing. And then the core takes you up and back, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. I'm going to cue you through 2 more of those. Bend your knees, Phil. Really pull the seat back. Front of the mat, exhale. Feet root as you lengthen and lift. Feet root as you fold. Feet press down as you come to standing mountain pose. And then dive it forward, exhale. Hands to shins, find length. Hands to the mat, high plank. Before you lower, feel really supported. Upward face or back bend, baby cobra. And then downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Last one, here we go, tippy toes. Front of the mat. Breath in, breath out. Sweep to standing, follow the breath. And then give it away. Inhale, exhale. Back bending. Down dogging. Breath in, breath out. And obviously I'm breathing out a lot through the mouth because I'm talking and moving, but Ujjayi, in and out through the nose, where you close the lips. The breath comes in through the nose, the glottis, the back of the throat, narrows to warm the breath and also to give us more control. So try that on your Ujjayi. If you haven't already, that's victory breath, in and out through the nose. Full inhale. Press it out through the nose. Okay, from downward facing dog, the right leg lifts to the sky, and then you step it to your right thumb. For warrior 1, we'll drop the back foot down, and we'll make sure the thighs and the core, and legs and the core are strong before we lift the arms overhead. Full warrior 1. Gazing forward, front thigh bending deeply. Big breath in, big breath out. We're going to cactus the elbows towards the ribs. Take another full inhale, let the chest lift. Drop a little closer to the earth, bending your front knee. Now arms come behind you, interlace them at your lower back, dropping the knuckles, opening the chest. Another full breath in. You're going to pull your heart towards the front room and towards your front thigh. Take your time. Yes, you'll be in this really long spine with your chest hovering over your front thigh. Take another full breath in. Now drop inside of your right thigh for humble warrior. Shake the head out. Anything you're holding on to definitely can be a wobbly pose. But you want to think about pulling your right glute back towards your left heel. You can see it. Pull it back towards the left heel so you can light up that left leg. Take a full breath in. Hands come down to the mat. It's a low lunge. You're on the ball of your back foot. Left hand comes down once again, right arm high. Simple twist. Deep inhale. Hands to the mat. Press the hips back. Pyramid pose. Drop your back foot so it's flat on the earth. Walk your hands back and hug your front thigh. Full breath in. Full breath out. Drop your head, shake it out. Take another big breath in. And then the hands will walk forward. You'll find that low lunge once again. And we're going to turn this into side plank with the left hand down. So you step the right foot back to meet the left. And then you're in your side plank. 3 breaths. Check in with the head, the neck. Tuck your chin towards your chest, especially if you're gazing up. Keep that connection so the head's not dropping back. The core is working to thread the torso and the legs together. Full breath in. Hands to the mat. Come through your chaturanga, high to low plank. Full breath in. And let it go. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale. And let it go. Okay, from downward facing dog, now the left leg lifts. And then knee to nose, come forward, step it to your left hand. We'll dial the back foot down for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Full inhale. Full exhale. Same thing applies, that deep bend through the front thigh, the back foot rooting, enough so that you can press the back thigh towards the wall behind you to really ignite the back leg. And then you have another pillar in your foundation as you go a little deeper, dropping the hips towards the earth. Take a full breath in. Cactus the elbows towards your ribs. Another breath in to lift the chest softly, and then hands back behind you at your lower back. You'll interlace, open it up. And then same thing here, draw your heart towards the front of the room. Back leg gets long. You're hovering over that front thigh, no rush. Press down through the left foot. Take another full breath in, and then humble your warrior. Now you can surrender the chest. Drop the head, anything you don't need. Now the left glute pulls back towards the right heel. Full breath in, full breath out. Soften the toes if you're gripping. Let the head be heavy. Send some breath to anywhere you're holding on too tight. A full breath in. And then hands to the mat. Walk the back foot a little longer for your low lunge. Right hand stays down, left arm towards the sky. Simple twist. And these, where we shift our weight, where we place our weight, these subtleties, very important. I can come forward or I can be slightly back so that I can lift my back thigh towards the ceiling. Full inhale as you twist. And exhale, hands to the mat. We'll set it up for our Vashisthasana on the other side now. So the left foot reaches back to stack over the right. Left arm towards the sky. 3 breaths here. Maybe extending that top arm, but I'm running into a wall here. Full breath in. One more breath, side plank. And then hands to the mat high. Move through your low with control. Pausing before your back bend or upward facing. And downward facing dog. Breath in. And let it go. Beautiful work. Breathing in, I can just tell. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. And let's find Malasana squat pose. So toes are out, heels in, and hands come to heart center. And then you might move around a little side to side, get into the hips. But do imagine every breath in, the sternum lifting towards Anjali Mudra. That's our hands in prayer position. Full breath in, full breath out. And if you want to try crow pose this morning, the hands come down. We don't lose that connection of the thighs and the arms. We want to keep that intact and our seat lifting, engaged through the pelvic floor and the core. And then we come forward, hands on the earth. Keep that squeezing sensation of the thighs coming in. In fact, the legs slide up the arms a bit more. And you gaze forward of your mat. You lift one leg, then maybe the other. Arms hugging towards each other. Even as the thighs hug towards the arms hug towards one another. Take another full breath in, and then come back. Malasana squat pose. Full breath in and let it go. Okay, from Malasana, we're gonna come all the way to standing. Other option would be to come into forward fold, then stand. Otherwise, press the earth away and lift. Shake out the body, full breath in, full breath out. We'll start at the back of our mats. We're gonna take some walking, balancing poses. So first we'll step forward with the right foot and we'll find tree. Left foot meets the inner right thigh. So you're balancing on your right leg. Find your drishti, your gaze, front of the room. Maybe even reach your arms forward. And then trace the arms, the hands, up the wall, towards the place where the ceiling and the wall meet in front of you. Land your gaze there, take your hands together overhead. Full breath in, full breath out. This is a back bend with every breath in, lifting that place between the shoulder blades, lifting the heart towards the ceiling. Another full inhale, and then wrap your left leg around your right. We're in eagle, so we're still balancing on the right leg. Left arm comes under and you wrap it all together here. And the key is to not round the shoulders forward, but to draw the shoulders back behind you to make the core work, to lift the torso. Drop your seat a little lower, take a full breath in. Unravel, step the left foot forward for tree pose. So this time, your right foot meets your left thigh, and the left thigh presses back, arms extend. Find your drishti, maybe close your eyes, full breath in, full breath out. Again, the arms lengthening, so the arms find optimal length by hugging the armpits in towards each other and then feeling length from the armpits through fingertips. It's going to lengthen the sides of the waist, the obliques. Take another full breath in and then wrap that right leg around for eagle on this side. Right arm comes under. And this time in your eagle, imagine you could pull your elbows towards the front of the room, but the shoulders pull back against that. So you get this widening around the shoulder blades, the neck, the top of the bottom of the neck where it meets the shoulders, get a stretch here too. Full breath in, full breath out. All right, take another big breath in and then release. Step the right foot forward and we'll reach back for the left foot for dancer's pose. So we're now balancing back on the right. You'll kick your left foot back into your left hand for dancer's pose. What will happen is you'll begin to shift weight into your standing heel, but you'll have this right arm and the heart reaching forward to balance you out. Take another full breath in. Release, step the left foot forward, dancer's pose, last pose in this sequence. A full breath in to reconnect. And let it go. Now kick your right foot back. Extend the left arm forward. Reaching. Reaching even as you sink way back into that standing heel. Okay, another full breath in. And then we'll release. We'll land top of our mats. Inhale, sweep the arms high. And exhale, come right into your chair pose, Utkatasana. You know, morning practice, we're stiff, but we're usually looking to build energy, to build fire. So not a restorative practice generally in the morning, though we do take some more time to warm up. Utkatasana, let the seat drop back, stretching your lower back, engaging your core. Take another full breath in. Come to standing release. Inhale, arms high. And then exhale, dive forward. Hands to shins, find some length. Hands to the mat, flow through your chaturanga or meet us in downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Okay, 3 breaths in downward facing dog as I take a little break. You're always welcome as well. Full inhale. Full exhale. Then you might in down dog like to kick your heels slightly out, away from each other to get a deeper stretch through the calves. Full breath in. Full breath out. Okay, from downward facing dog, you're going to take your right leg up and back behind you. And then you're going to knee to nose come forward, find that cat. We're going to take fallen triangle. So the right leg kicks out towards the left foot drops down so it's parallel to the back of my mat, and my left arm reaches towards the sky. Maybe it comes forward towards the windows. 3 breaths here. Let the legs extend as much as possible. Right hand pressing the earth away. And then come back to center. Bring that right knee with you where we began in that cat rounded shape of the spine. And then take the right leg back, 3-legged dog. Inhale. Step it forward to your right thumb. And you're going to sweep the arms overhead, crescent lunge. Full breath in. Full breath out. Okay, we're going to hover the chest over the front thigh. Take an inhale. Stay for the exhale. Sweep the left arm forward from crescent, hovering crescent, and let that bring you up to warrior 2. Full breath in. Full breath out. 3 breaths here as we settle into warrior 2. One way to lift the heart is to draw the pinky slightly back, the arms slightly back, the heart emerging. Full breath in. Full breath out. A couple more breaths here, just setting your foundation so that when you flip your front palm, you can reach forward towards the front of the room, then trace your hand up the wall towards the ceiling, reversing your warrior. Full inhale. Full exhale. We'll stay here, bend that right elbow towards the ceiling, reach back with your left hand, see if you can bring the hands together behind you. Wrap the triceps in, or the biceps in towards the midline of your mat. Take another full breath in, and then straighten your front leg. Setting up for Trikonasana, you'd walk the feet a little closer together, and you'll take the arms wide. You'll reach for the front of the room, but while you do that, the hips reach back, so it's creating all this length from your right armpit to your right hip. In fact, you could always take your hand to your right hip, your right thigh, and press it back. You'll get that deep sensation. And then when you're ready, right hand comes down and hovers, maybe touches your shin or a block, left arm towards the sky. Full breath in, full breath out. And while you're here, feel the thighs squeezing towards each other and the feet pressing the earth away. So you want to keep that connection, allows the body to really express that length through both sides of the waist. It all comes from the foundation of the feet, the legs, the core igniting to slightly tuck the tail under. That's where we get that lower back length. Then we can feel it express, slightly leaning back. Take another big breath in. Come back up to standing. You'll pivot your feet to face the front, or I guess my windows. I'll face you, but you'll face the proper way you just were. With your toes and heels out for Prasarita forward fold. So you could interlace. If the chest is feeling really open, you can lift the gaze, a breath in, opening the throat. And then you'll forward fold on an exhale. Straddle, forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana, head dropping. Big breath in, big breath out. And you'll stay here in your forward fold a few more breaths. Big breath in, big breath out. And from your forward fold, so your straddle forward fold, you'll walk your hands back towards the front of your mat to frame your right foot for a low lunge. And then from here, we're going to take standing leg split. So you're going to shift weight forward into your right leg, and your right foot, left leg to the sky. Standing leg split, let your head drop. Roll the ankle of the left leg. Find that ragdoll sensation in the torso. Lengthen through your right leg. Press the earth away. Another breath in. Big toes together to touch. Find a flat back inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Come all the way to standing. Fill it up. And then exhale, forward fold. Hands to shins, find length. Let's Chaturanga Dandasana, flow through or meet us in downward facing dog. Full breath in. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Downward facing dog. Breath out. Really nice work. Sun coming up. Downward facing dog. All right, we'll begin again. Left leg sweeps to the sky. And then left knee to nose. Find that cat space. When we have space between us and the mat, we have space to move. And then the left leg sweeps across towards the right. Right foot like a warrior two. Right arm towards the sky. Falling triangle. Legs extend as much as they can. And before we back bend, we try to lift the hips. Full breath in. Right arm extends, full breath out. Take another big breath in. Hands come to the mat, that left knee to nose, crunch. And then left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Left foot steps forward to our left thumb. We're in that low lunge, the crescent. You might walk your back foot up more so you can really feel the ball of your back foot. That's foundation. And the arms hover. We're in everyone's favorite hovering pose here. Chest over the front thigh. Right arm comes forward and takes you up into warrior two. Try to block the sun here. Boop. All right, warrior two. And we don't have mirrors in class, but I have windows in this entire room. It's a proper sunroom with 7 windows. And I can actually see my reflection in the window in front of me. And I saw my shoulders rolling forward. So it was cue to, how do we bring the shoulders back? We bring the shoulder blades together. And we move with the breath, lifting the sternum, letting it lift the chest. But shoulder blades coming together like they're pinching towards each other. Full breath in. Flip the front palm, bring it forward and run your hand up the wall towards the ceiling. Up and back, big breath in. Bend the left elbow, see if you can reach back. Bring the hands together. And this gets easier if we don't let the shoulder open, but we rotate the elbow in and up. Full breath in. Okay, straighten the front leg. Setting up for Trikonasana. So same thing, I like to walk my feet a little closer together so I have a narrower foundation to work from. And then you'll extend the arms, you'll pull the hips back. You can even press on your left hip or your left thigh to keep this left side nice and open. And this can be enough. This can be your work in Trikonasana. Never bring your left hand down, or the left hand comes to the shin, or a block, and the right arm reaches towards the sky. Full breath in, full breath out. And Mula Bandha is the pelvic floor we've been talking about all class, this tipping under of the pelvis to ignite the pelvic floor and to lengthen the lower back. So important in these big poses where we're essentially carrying our torso. Full breath in, full breath out. All right, take another big breath in, stay with it, press the feet down, and then come all the way to standing. Nice work. From here, we'll take another Prasarita forward fold. Toes come in, heels out. Interlacing, drop the knuckles, lift the gaze, open the throat. Draw the heart forward, hips back as you fold. So you should really come through a flat back as you fold. Feet connecting, maybe a little bend in the knees to ignite the muscles in the legs. And head drops. I have a nice Buddha back here. I'm getting a great view. All right, take another big breath in. And then let the hands come down to the earth. While we're here, before we walk the hands forward, let's find Skandasana. So we'll begin to shift your the weight of your body towards your left heel, bending your left knee. And hands stay on the earth, or if you can lift them, great. Right foot presses down through the heel, toes flip up towards the ceiling. Big breath in. Big breath out. We come back through straddle. We take weight over now to the right heel, left toes flip up. Skandasana on the other side. Incredible stretch for the inner groins. Find it incredibly challenging. But like every pose, we're breathing, watching what's happening. And then we'll come back through straddle, walk towards your left foot. You're in a low lunge. We'll set it up for standing leg split. So shift the weight into that left foot. Right leg lifts to the sky. Head drops. For most of us, this is a really tight pose for the hamstrings. And it doesn't matter how much the lifted leg lifts and standing leg split. It's really about that combination of ease and strength. So the standing leg strong, drawing up through the quad, the torso trusting, letting go, head heavy. Full breath in. And then big toes together to touch, breath out. Let's take the feet wide and find Padangusthasana. You'll take your peace fingers around your big toes. Inhale, bend your knees a lot, like you're lengthening the spine. And then exhale, forward fold. And the benefit of having the toes is that bind. You can press down, the big toes stamping down towards the earth, but you're still pulling up with your bind of the fingers, pulling the feet towards you as you stamp them down. And you can get deep Uddiyana Bandha belly engagement here. On an exhale, you can draw the belly in towards the spine. Let the torso drop even heavier. Full breath in. Full breath out. Okay, take another big breath in. And then release your feet. Toe heel them together to touch. Inhale, find a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Come to standing. Inhale, reach it high. And then exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to take half moon into revolved half moon. So you'll want a block, or maybe not everyone has a block. So let's skip that, and instead let's do, we'll do something else. And then you'll know for next time to, if you don't have a block prop at home, a stack of books or anything that's about 5 to 6 inches tall, you could have for next time. So instead, we will take Dekasana, airplane pose. Left leg takes the weight, right leg reaches back behind you. Arms lengthening back behind you as well. So the shoulder blades, once again, coming together to push the heart through. Take a full breath in and a big breath out. From here, we'll move this into warrior three. So you'll reach the arms forward in front of you, keeping that long line from the crown of the head through your back leg. Take another full breath in and then come out of it. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Okay, right leg takes the weight now. Same thing, Dekasana. So we start in airplane pose. There's a little bit of an up dog in airplane, and that goes away in warrior three. We flatten out the spine completely. If you're falling out of the pose, so normal. Breath in, breath out. Now the arms come forward, warrior three. Take another full breath in and to standing release. Okay, our last flow of the morning. Inhale, take the arms high. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Flat back breath in. Hands to the mat, high to low. Keep the elbows pointing back. Bring the heart forward, press down through the tops of the feet, and then downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Okay, we're gonna take a flip dog, right leg to the sky, inhale. Bend your knee, open up your hip, and slowly let your right foot get heavy as it comes down to the earth. Once your feet land, walk them over to your mat a bit more to balance out the weight. You're gonna press down through your feet, left hand rooting into the mat, pressing the earth away. Head drops back. Take another full breath in and a big breath out. One more inhale. The exhale engages the core to take us back to downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Okay, left leg reaches to the sky. Same thing, the left knee bends, left foot gets heavy. And then you catch yourself, you set up your feet, you lift the hips. Full inhale. Take 2 more breaths here. Keep the thighs hugging towards each other. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more big breath in. Engaging the core to come back to downward facing dog. Deep inhale. And side away. All right, from downward facing dog, we'll take the right leg high. And we'll step it to our right thumb. Now we're going to take a little movement here as we drop the back knee. Inhale, open the right thigh. Finish the breath in, and then it's a pyramid pose, modified up and back. Exhale, lengthening through the left leg. So just like that, 3 more times. Inhale, up and back, exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Up and back, exhale. All right, one more time, come forward. And then up and back, exhale. We'll stay here, pyramid, but walk your back foot up enough so it's flat on the earth, toes and heel connected. And then walk your hands back to fold over your right thigh. Shake the head out, full breath in, full breath out. I'm pretty sure I'm developing a new skill of doing a lot of talking while moving. It's definitely a new sensation. Full breath in, full breath out. And just like one of the poses we were in, humble warrior, right hip, right glute pulls back towards that left thigh. Full breath in, or your left heel. Full breath out. Okay, from here we'll bend back into the front knee. Shimmy the left leg back, low lunge. You'll drop your back knee down, and so you'll take lizard lunge or half pigeon here. If you're taking lizard, you walk your right foot out to the edge of your mat, and you massage your right thigh open. If you're taking half pigeon, you walk your right foot across your mat so you can take your shin down to the earth. So you know which hip opener you should take this morning. I'm gonna take half pigeon. So the back leg is long, my left heel pointing towards the ceiling. I'll walk my hands forward, drop my chest. Full breath in, full breath out. Know where to be. The mind tries so hard to take us out of the present moment, and yoga has logical ways to keep us in the moment through the breath, being the mind present instead of wandering through the physical practice of sensation and awareness, the earth underneath us. Breath in, breath out. All right, you'll take one more breath in on this side, your hip opener, and then you'll begin to come out of it. So you'll find a three-legged dog or a down dog, whichever helps you walk up the legs, reset, full breath in, full breath out. All right, and then we'll take the left leg high and we'll sweep that to the left hand. Back knee drops, left hip opens, chest comes through, inhale. And then up and back, this modified pyramid, exhale. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, up and back. 2 more times like that. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, forward. Exhale, up and back. And then you'll walk the back foot up enough for a full pyramid pose, walking the hands back, hugging your front thigh, head heavy. Let it go, head heavy, face relaxed, breath in, breath out. Left glute pulling back gently towards or slightly towards the right heel. All right, we'll begin to walk our hands forward, shimmy the back foot back once again, low lunge, drop your back knee down. And so same thing on this side, lizard walks the left foot out to the edge of your mat, opens the left hip and the knee follows, heart comes through. Or half pigeon, walks the foot across your mat, shin comes down. Back leg lengthens, back heel points up towards the ceiling, and then we walk our hands forward and we drop the chest. Breath in, breath out. Okay, wherever you are, another full breath in. Let it go. We'll walk the hands back, we'll lift the chest, and then once again we'll find three-legged dog or downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. All right, press down through the balls of the feet to glide forward, high plank, and then lower all the way down to the mat. Release one cheek on the earth. Let the body drop, full breath in, full breath out. Let's find a baby cobra. Actually, Shalabhasana, arms back behind you, palms spin down. Lift the chest, lift the legs. Draw the heart forward like a light shining towards the windows. Back of the head, imagine it pressing into a wall. So we keep the back of the neck nice and long. Take another full breath in to lift. And let it go, exhale. Right away, let's come back into the second one, Shalabhasana A. Lift the heart, lift the chest. Maybe reach back, interlace the hands, press the knuckles back behind you, but don't lose the connection to the earth as you breathe in and you breathe out. Bring the big toes a little closer together, full breath in, and then let it go. Okay, third and last, back bend on our bellies, lift. Maybe bend the knees, catch your feet, and you'll come into bow pose. Bow pose, same principles apply. The tail drops towards the mat and lifts, pelvis scoops under towards the front of the room. You're leveraging whatever's touching the earth. Take another big breath in and let it go. Tick-tock your feet side to side. Release your lower back. Full breath in. Full breath out. Okay, you'll press yourself up to tabletop. Go across your legs, bring them out in front of you. Coming down to your backs. You'll take your legs to the sky. And then once the legs are high, we're gonna hover the left leg over the mat. We're gonna walk our hands up the right leg to lift the shoulders up off the earth. Breathing here, keep lifting the heart towards the toes. Full breath in. And then switch legs. Same thing, begin to walk the heart towards the left toes. Full breath in. And then switch. 3 breaths. And then switch. And then let's speed it up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep the shoulders lifting. 10. Yoga bicycles, left elbow to right knee, and then switch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Press through the heels. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Shoulders lifting. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Breath in and sigh it away. Rolling on the lower back a little side to side. The knees don't have to hug all the way in to get relief. They can just point up towards the ceiling, lower back lengthening. And most of the time we feel a little space. It's a natural curve of the lower back. We feel space underneath it, and that's okay. It's more the tailbone that stays connected. Full breath in. Feet on the mat, knees to the ceiling. All right, let's take one bridge or wheel. You'll know if you can come into wheel, so I'll teach Setu Bandha bridge pose. The backs of the heels, we reach back to find them and make sure we can graze them with our fingers, and then we press the feet down to lift the hips. Thighs squeeze together, knees draw forward, hands come underneath to walk the shoulder blades together and to open the chest. You'll take 3 more breaths here in your back bend. Keep pressing down through the heels. Keep lifting the hips with every breath in. One more full breath in to expand the chest and lift. And then hips down on the earth, exhale. When you're back on your mat, you'll take your knees together, feet wide, a little knee knocking pose. And then you'll walk the feet together. Supta Baddha Konasana, knees wide, soles of the feet touching. back of the head, slide it down the mat. And then take your hands together, your thumbs underneath that place where the brow bones and the nose meet, and just gently press up. And let yourself just be right here in this moment. Nowhere else to be, nowhere else we can physically be, but here. And then from here, we'll bring the knees in. We'll lengthen the legs nice and long, but let's keep the right knee in and give it a squeeze. And take it across our body for a supine twist. Right arm opens. And then you'll take it back to center. Left knee will come in. Same thing, give it a squeeze. And then bring it across your body, left arm opening. And then you'll come back to center, lengthen the legs, bring the arms by your sides. You're setting up for your final resting pose. And everything between the toes and the crown of your head should be heavy, so let them go. Let the head be heavy, let the body be heavy. Nowhere to be but here, especially for this last pose where we let all the work settle, and not only the work of this morning's class, but the work of whatever came before. You can rest, let the body meet the earth, receive that support, let the breath be natural. Shavasana. You take a big breath in and let it go. Rock the head side to side, move the hands and feet. a squeeze. Roll onto your right side, pausing here for a moment, letting the forehead meet your arm or your mat. And coming back to the basics of our practice, just a reminder, the word yoga is derived from the Sanskrit root yuj, meaning to bind, join, attach, and yoke, to direct and concentrate one's attention on, to use and apply. It also means union or communion. It is the true union of our will with the will of God. It thus means the yoking of all the powers of body, mind, and soul. It means the disciplining of the intellect, the mind, the emotions, and the will, which that yoga presupposes. It means a poise of the soul which enables one to look at life in all its aspects evenly. Oh, I hope you take your poise of soul and everything you practiced this morning with you through your day. And thank you for joining me here in a way that we can practice together. We'll take our hands to heart center, and as always, to our community, to each other, we'll bow and say namaste.
Namaste.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for being here, working with challenging technology, the only technology I have available, which is my iPhone, but I will put some more classes up as well, maybe do some audio. So if there's anything in particular that you would like to see, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope I see you in the studio very soon. Until then, I will miss all of you. Keep practicing, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.